Hi everyone and welcome to Tozan Tips. Tozan Tips. Today I'm going to talk about Kairo. Kairo are a type of portable heat pack. You can buy these at any convenience store or any drugstore. They come in a variety of different sizes and different uses, and also different temperature ranges and different times that they're useful for. These are disposable one-time use packs that generally last between 8 to 10 hours. There are lots of different types of Kairo. The best Kairo are what are called magma Kairo. They get very, very hot and they're very, very toasty and comfy in the winter. So what exactly is inside a Kairo? So basically inside one of these little packs, you've got iron powder, water, vermiculite, activated carbon, and salt. All of these combined will do nothing unless you add oxygen. So that's where the final ingredient comes in. So if you're curious as to what this looks like inside, let me show you. All of these ingredients are inside of a non-woven pouch. Once you open it and it gets exposed to the air, there's a chemical reaction that will start between the ingredients on the inside, and this will naturally heat it up. There are two types of Kairo. There's what are called haru Kairo, which you can see in hiragana. Haru means to stick, and these have an adhesive backing, and you can peel it and you can actually stick it onto your clothing. The second type are what are called haranai Kairo, and these do not have an adhesive. The hardest thing about buying Kairo is being able to read the katakana, which you can see here, Kairo. There's absolutely no English on any of these packets. So you might be confused when you go to the convenience store or the drugstore looking on what to buy. Don't stick these directly on your skin. You can get a skin burn, and also the adhesive can irritate your skin. I usually use these to either stick into my trekking shoes to keep my feet and toes from freezing. I'll show you that a little bit later. Or I stick it on parts of my body that I really want to keep warm. So hopefully in the winter when you're hiking you have some kind of base layer. And if you have a base layer, you can actually stick it right on one of the base layers if you want to keep your belly warm, your back warm. I would stick these actually, I have tights, so I have hiking tights on right now. So I would stick these on top of my tight, but I would take it off and stick it on the inside of both thighs to heat up the femoral vein, and that'll keep the blood circulating down to your extremities on the lower half of your body. Let me show you how to use this. I'm gonna stick this on my ribs because I'm having some rib pain from a strained muscle. When you're ready to use them, as soon as you open it and expose this to the air, the chemical reaction starts. So there's no turning back after you open them. So let me open this. Okay. Unfortunately, all these are kind of wrapped in plastic, which is not very environmentally friendly. After you unwrap it, make sure you take this trash home and recycle it. So this is what the sticky one with the adhesive. The adhesive looks like this. Basically, you can peel it on the back here. And once you peel it, this part is sticky. And so you can stick it onto my rib cage up here, just like this. So between my fleece and my base layer. Now this one is haranai Kairo. Pull it out. Oh! Okay. To save yourself a little bit of trouble, there will be something in kanji here, which is called kiriguchi. This is where you want to pull it here in the corner. And it looks like this. Now the chemical reaction has started. This will get warm in a couple of minutes. The old ones you used to have to shake, but you don't have to shake these anymore unless you really want to shake them. So what I do with these freestanding ones, I usually take out 2 when I'm hiking. I put 1 in each pocket. I'll do that so if my hands do get cold, if I'm wearing gloves and my hands get super cold, I can stick them in there, especially when I'm eating lunch and having a break. Additionally, when you're hiking on really cold days, your battery has a propensity to lose power when it gets really cold. So either your camera battery or your phone battery, you can stick it right in your pocket along with your Kairo. And that Kairo will help keep your battery warm. The final Kairo I brought with me today are ones that you can stick onto the bottom of your socks. This one goes the length of the bottom of your foot. It lasts 9 hours, and this will keep the bottom of your foot warm. I usually use this in addition to one that I can stick on top of my foot, right around where the top of my toes are. This is the part of my foot that gets coldest the most, especially hiking in the snow and super cold days. Usually what I do with these is I'll actually put them on at home. That way, by the time I get to the trailhead, my toes are already warmed up. So each one contains 2 inside, 1 for each foot. There's a total of 3 in these packs. Same thing with these. These have 5 inside, and each one is individually wrapped in plastic. So let me show you how I stick these on my feet. 1 for each foot. These are Haru, or the sticky ones. And I stick it on the bottom just like this. And then the other one goes on the other foot, right on the bottom. Don't put it directly on your foot. Make sure you put it on top of your sock so you don't burn your foot. And for the top of the foot, it'll go like that. So it'll cover the top of my toes, keep this part of my foot warm, and also all the way on the bottom of my foot. So now that this is on my foot, I just stick it back into my trekking shoe or your preferred type of footwear. And then I tie it up, and that'll keep my toes warm. So you can store these up to, it'll usually have an expiration date on there. You can store these at home, put them in your pack. Now you might be tempted to take all of these ingredients and throw it into your garden soil. Some websites recommend that. The manufacturer actually says because of the salt content in here, if you throw a lot of it in your garden, you could change the pH balance. All the ingredients are okay for the garden except for the salt. So if you have 1 pack or something, you could empty the ingredients into your garden, but the manufacturer does not recommend that. So that's it for another episode of Tozan Tips. I hope you found this tip useful and you can use it on your next hike. As usual in the mountains of Japan, be kind, be safe, be smart, and stay warm. Thanks for watching.